Okay, and referee Lawrence Charles Brown gets us underway. The final ever game at Griffin Park. After 116 years of service to Brentford FC, Brentford B, the final team to play here. It's the London Senior Cup semi-final. This tournament started a long time ago, back in 2019. They've come through round 1, 2, the quarter-finals, and now find themselves here, playing on home soil. Brentford B in red and white stripes. Erith Town, their opponents today. Just from the southeast side of London. Erith Town are represented by Lewis Collier in goal. They've also got Dan Nash, Talib Jonah, Jack White, Ryan Mahal, Taylor McDonough, Danny Gannon, Michael Power, Stedman Callender, Joe Bingham, and Sam Featherings. Brentford B tonight, captained by Kane O'Connor. We've got 3 trialists in the side, along with Arthur Reed, Ben Hockenhull, Joe Adams, Aaron Pressley, Julian Carre, Gustav Mogensen and Finn Stevens. So some competitive games here tonight for Brentford B as Danny Gannon on the ball. He's got Kane O'Connor for company. He's going to cut inside and may shoot here. He does. He's held up by the trialist goalkeeper. Brentford B have survived an early test. It's the second minute of the game. Erith Town have already played about 5 or 6 pre-season friendlies, so they are well oiled and into it now. It's Brentford B come forward on the left-hand side, but it's cut out well there. Of course, fans still not allowed in grounds. We've got some spectators in the form of the director's box on the far side of the field. This is the last time fans will be allowed to see a game from Griffin Park. It's cleared away but cut out there by Ben Hockenhull, formerly of Manchester United. So the 3 trialists for Brentford B tonight are represented in goal, the left back and the centre of midfield. So quite a wide variety of trials. A few on the bench as well. Also on the bench for Brentford B, Simon Andersson, Orbrell Koutsimouka, and Reynold Hercules, signed from Barnet in the summer. This is Joe Adams down on the right hand side. Back to his captain, Kane O'Connor, hoping to lift the second trophy of the sort. They lifted the Middlesex FA Cup last season. Got to the London Senior Cup final. This is Mogensen on the inside. Oh, and it's off the bar! And then put in by the trialist. So Brentford B take the lead after 3 minutes. It's a flying start by Brentford B. Good run down the left-hand side. Cut back into the middle by Mogensen. Very well indeed. It was unlucky to hit the bar, but Erith Town just stayed static, and it was popped straight back into the net by the number 8. As trials go, that's not a bad way to start it at all. So the captain for Erith, Michael Power, will get us restarted. And they have a lot to do here, unless they can maybe force an early comeback. On that far side as a trialist goes up against Callender. It's going to be cut back here for a cross into the box. He goes in towards Power, and he's actually fouled O'Connor in the end. Voice of Neil McFarlane there, the B-team head coach, praising the captain as Carre hits it forward. Pressley's on the run. Can he get ahead of his defender? He's going to get to the ball. He's got number 8 in support. He's going to try and cut it back here towards Stevens. And this is Carre. Good switch of the ball over to the trialist left back. He's got options in the middle. Oh, he just doesn't find either of them though. Kind of cut it between Carre and Pressley, and in the end it's cleared by Erith. Hockenhull does well and actually takes contact, but they'll carry on here. Luckily, Stevens rescues it, and Adams now has the ball. Adams to Stevens, he wants it back. It's a good ball through the defender's legs there. Into the box, and Mogensen just couldn't get there. Good start for Brentford B, a bright start. Some concern tonight whether Erith would be a very strong physical side, and it does look that way, but holding their own here as Arthur Reed just gets to the header, and Carre tries to win the ball in midfield. Kane O'Connor will calm things down. Reed and Carre. Now to O'Connor. Be very keen to play it out from the back, and Mogensen will come deep to get it. Across to the Trialist left back now. Here's Pressley. Now Carre. Here's Reed. Checks his right shoulder and will probably play that towards Joe Adams, who does. Takes a touch and is fouled, but eventually the referee blows his whistle. It's a quick start though, and here's Stevens. Little ball through towards Adams. That's a lovely ball. Adams into the box now. Will he shoot? Plays it across, all the way across the face of goal, and just can't be put into the far post by Mogensen. A great chance by Brentford B there. Very good football indeed. Adams whips it across the box. And to be fair, Pressley gets very close to it, but it can't be popped in by Mogensen at the far post. It's been a very quick start here at Griffin Park. Just 6 minutes gone. Brentford B leading Erith Town 1-0 in the London Senior Cup semi-final. The winner of this tie goes on to place Hendon, one of the former clubs of Brentford's latest signing for the first team, Charlie Good. Started out in the likes of Hendon before making his way through the lower leagues to Brentford, and it would be whoever the winner of this semi-final plays in the last game. Is Kane O'Connor. Forwarded to Adams, but he's lost the ball here. That's fair with the Oaks is put under heavy pressure, and now Pressley comes away with the ball. Plays to the right-hand side for Adams. Adams is going to check back. Just run out of space here, Adams. He's going to have to play it back towards Carre, maybe. Carre drops to the floor, but Adams still has possession. This is Carre on the inside. Another switch ball from Carre to the left back. We've seen a few of those so far this game. Inside the first 10 minutes, Brentford B leading 1-0. Might have a go here if he has the right foot, but he hasn't. He's cut it back to Pressley, who's going to skip past his man, try and find some space for a shot maybe. He's been surrounded by three players, and it's only as far as Arthur Reed, the clearance. Carre just mishits that, but keeps hold of it. This is Joe Adams. And now Stevens on this right-hand side, wearing the number 19 instead of the advertised 16. Neil McFarlane and Sam Saunders on the touchline, just giving out some instructions, using the break. Brought down by McDonough and cleared long, but that's only going to go into touch on this left-hand side. Referee Lawrence Torsbrown keeping a close eye on things. He was last year's assistant in this final. Final that Brentford B lost to Welling United, but hoping to go one further this year as Kane O'Connor turns his man, and well, Hockenhull blasts it away, but actually Power could keep that on. It's still on the pitch. O'Connor's going to deal with it, and Power kind of gave that up in the end. Maybe knew he was going to get fouled as the number 8, who's already scored in this game, heads it on. Back to the goalkeeper. Lewis Collier chooses it very wisely and knocks it long. Stevens with the header. Now Carre, up against 2, keeps control of the ball. Stevens. Now Reed, now Carre, some good interplay here as Reed turns away from danger. Just can't get his pass away though, and it could be on here for Stedman Callender. Callender's going to try and outpace the Brentford back forward. It's given them time to get in, but it's a long ball across the top, and it's just missed. Very, very close there for McDonough. Looked like he might have been in there, but just couldn't get hold of it. And this is Pressley as Brentford B counter-attack. Presley's got Adams in support. He's not going to use him just yet, and in fact Pressley has to turn back. Gets it stuck between his feet, but they've still got the ball. Here's Adams. Drives towards that touchline, clips it over the top. And that's just too high for anyone to get near, but close that for Erith. Could have had one back. Neil McFarlane is telling Kane O'Connor, his captain, exactly that. Can't afford to give away too many of those chances. be in trouble. So 10 minutes has just clicked by on the clock. Brentford B 1, Erith Town 0. This is the London Senior Cup semi-final. Hendon have already won their semi-final. They're through to the last game. As Hockenhull goes back to the Trialist goalkeeper, who takes it well. It's come off his arm, but I don't think a shot of handball was really necessary against the goalkeeper. Stevens to Carre. Here's Adams. Adams has got time to play it across to Hockenhull. Now wide to the Trialist left back. Finding space. They're not being pressed too hard at the back here, Brentford B. They've got time. It's just a case of how they break them down. It's a good ball there from Reed to Mogensen. And here he is taking on the right back. And he's inside the box now. Plays it to the number 8. Gets it back off for number 8, but just can't get into the box in time. And instead it's Lewis Collier who collects it. It's good football and it's a good idea. Erith Town try to clear it long. Kane O'Connor might get this. This is Arthur Reed. Now Ben Hockenhull knows he's got some space to run into. This is Carre. Ball over the top towards Stevens, and Stevens might get there. He's in a race against Fairweather Oaks, and in fact the left back does very well for Erith Town there. The Dockers in their blue and black away kit, normally in red and white, which was obviously a kit clash. Brentford first team earlier today beat Derby County 3-0 in a friendly. B-team would love a result like that just to cruise through to the final, but it's not going to be as easy as that. We've already seen Erith go close. And with 11 minutes gone, it's just 1-0. If you've just joined us, this is the final ever game at Griffin Park. Brentford B 1 versus Erith Town 0. As Adams gives it away here, but actually the player in the middle does very, very well. Joe Bingham to get that ball away. And that was Danny Gannon, and it's still Gannon. He's done well, very well indeed, to get that across to Dan Nash. And Nash plays it back towards McDonough. This is Ryan Mahal who plays it wide, and they're under a lot of pressure here, Erith, and they've actually done well to play that long as Kane O'Connor watches it over his head. Sam Saunders with the thumbs up on the touchline. It's good pressure from the Bees. Joe Adams lets it run very cleverly indeed, but Aaron Pressley just didn't read it, and Fairweather Oaks gets it back to his goalkeeper. Collier elects to go long for probably about the 5th time we've seen so far tonight. He's going to play nicely for Mahal. Mahal plays a long ball forward. Hockenhull there, up against Callender in the corner. And Hockenhull just sees it out. So it looks like Erith Town are going to try and make the most of this. They've got Jonah on the far side, who may look for a long throw here. He will do. Jonah's going to make sure the ball's nice and dry on his shirt. There's a lot of big men in there. Michael Power, the Erith captain, the furthest man back. It's launched into the box. The heads go up, it's knocked on, and it actually almost came for Power there, but it's been knocked away by Stevens, and Adams will play it nicely back to him. Clipped forward towards Mogensen, but just clipped back in by Erith Town. And that'll fall for the Trialist goalkeeper, who will definitely be aiming for a clean sheet here. We've already seen this Trialist, the number 8, score tonight, so he's having a good night so far. And that's another Trialist left back to complete the trio. Playing it across to Hockenhull and now Reed. Forward to Joe Adams. Adams clips it through towards the number 8 Trialist, but it's cut out by Mahal. Played forward. Oh, it's just out of the reach of his teammate there, and Reed will pick up on it. And now Carre turns very neatly in the middle of the field. Plays it wide towards Mogensen now, who takes it in his stride. In fact, this is Mogensen, that was Adams. Mogensen now into the box, cuts it across, and Collier there. Just easy enough for him. Watches onto his palms and lets it go as Dan Nash comes away with the ball. Plays it long. Cut out by Reed. Over towards the paddock area where there are still hundreds of images of Brentford fans over there, left over from the period of lockdown in the Sky Bet Championship. Also over there, the farewell Griffin Park banner explaining that there are 0 games to go. This is the final one tonight. As Carre wins it back in the middle, and they'll play on here with Pressley. Can he get onto his left foot? He's played it in towards the number 8, who may score again here. Just past the goalkeeper, it's underneath, and it's saved. Almost looked like he was going to play that too long, and in the end, maybe did take too many touches. This is Arthur Reed on the edge of the box. There's the number 8, swings it in. Goes all the way across the box, and it's in! Aaron Pressley scores! Looked fairly innocuous, but Aaron Pressley does very well. Cuts across his man. Collier has every right to scream at his defenders. It was very simple. Cut inside, knocked it ahead of the goalkeeper. And it's 2-0 to Brentford B. Both manager and goalkeeper are unhappy with the defending on display. Collier seemed to wait maybe a little bit too long. Could the goalkeeper have come and claimed it? But he certainly knows that his 2 defenders, White and Mahal, were 6s and 7s there. They just let Aaron Pressley goes past them, and well, it's his first goal of the night. It's Pressley's 2 goals that brought them to this semi-final, as he scored in the previous round in the 2-2 draw with AFC Wimbledon, a game that Brentford B would go on to win on penalties. 5-4 on that occasion. AFC Wimbledon blasted a final penalty over Nathan Shepherd's goal. Shepherd receiving the B Team Player of the Season earlier tonight. Not here because of an injury sustained in a friendly against Portsmouth at Griffin Park a few months ago. So instead we find ourselves with a Trialist goalkeeper in goal for Brentford B. He's happy with a clean sheet so far after 17 minutes, and we have 2 goals. Brentford leading 2-0. Here's Stevens. Adams gets a 1-2 off him, and he'll take the ball back here. He's got past Fairweather Oaks quite nicely. And this is Adams into the box on the right-hand side. Clips it back, and it's just come... Oh, it's come off the post. Very close there from Aaron Pressley. So far, Brentford be happy with their night's work. Some new faces in this squad since the last time they played a competitive game of football. Pleased to hit the ground running, I imagine. Weird situation both these teams, both in pre-season mode. But of course this is a semi-final, so a weird dynamic for them to deal with today. Couple that with the fact this is the final game at Griffin Park, and it's a very emotionally charged night, and this might be in for Erith here. Number 8 forward, he's going to drag it across. Kenny O'Connor shoot, and the Trialist goalkeeper gets there and then dives on the rebound. Very clever. Very quickly up. Kenny O'Connor lost his balance there, but did well to kind of get in the way. Narrowed the angle, and the goalkeeper saves it with his feet. Absolutely nothing wrong with that as long as you keep it out. And this is Carre. Again, we've seen tonight that Erith are not going to be taking this result lying down. They've already had 2 very big chances. That was arguably one of their best of the entire night so far. As referee Lawrence Torsbrown gives an offside call thanks to his assistant. Tonight, of course, Joshua Howard and James Goodman, the assistants on either side. Tonight's referee was actually the assistant in last year's final, which Brentford lost, hoping to go one better this season. Last year's Middlesex FA Senior Cup final was held here, and it was a 4-0 win for Brentford B against Harrow Borough. So they are current champions of that competition, which is still in its quarter-final stages, waiting to hear the opponents for Brentford B on that one to see if the competition continues after lockdown. But the London Senior Cup has, and here we are tonight. And this is Joe Adams turning his man. Both Pressley and Stevens on the run. This is Pressley trying to get past Mahal. He shoots early, and in fact Collier had to deal with that. Just palms it wide. Was maybe unexpected, wasn't expecting the shot. Clearly, he had to dive to his right very quickly. And Pressley might have found himself unlucky there not to get on the score sheet. So far, we've seen chances at both ends, but it's been a clinical night for Brentford B. This is Arthur Reed. Has he got the chance to swing it in? Mogensen now clips it back. And it'll come to the Trialist left back on this side over by the paddock. In front of the Braemar Road stand. It's clipped all the way across by Carre to Joe Adams. It's a good ball. And Adams now finds Stevens. Stevens inside to Pressley. It's a good passing play here. Carre and now Stevens quickly to Mogensen, who can't really get it off. And in fact, it's the final ball that just failed there. And McFarlane wanted a little bit more from his number 11. Mogensen, of course, used to playing in a central role, playing slightly wider tonight on the left-hand side. If the chance presents itself, you'd like to think he'd score them. As it's forward towards Joe Adams, but it's just not going to get there. This is Collier in goal for Erith Town. Erith Town, the hometown of Sam Saunders, incidentally, who's on the touchline tonight as the assistant boss for Brentford B. Julian Carre does well there to carry the challenge and still keep the ball. And this is Adams. Carre wanted it back, but Adams will carry it forward, and it's going to be put wide for Pressley, whose strength gets him past Mahal on that right-hand side of the box. He's trying to get something from this, and in fact, the referees, well, the assistant's given a goal kick, much to Presley's disappointment. Aaron Pressley, of course, the son of the former Hearts player Stephen. Big shoes to fill, but doing very well here tonight, already on the score sheet. Two players missing tonight from Brentford B's line. That's Paris Magoma. There's one of them who's away on the first team trip to St George's Park, where today they beat Derby County 3-0. Christian Norgard getting his first goal in a Brentford shirt. Matthias Jensen and Marcus Falls, the other two. Of course, Frederick Hammer, the other one, who is the Brentford B player missing tonight, but has got game time for the first team before, so not entirely unexpected. So far, 22 minutes gone. It's Brentford B 2, Erith Town 0. This is Dan Nash over the free kick. Ball into the box, is flicked on, and actually it's an own goal. Well, a little bit of miscommunication there. Ben Hockenhull heads into his own net. Not sure if he heard a call from the goalkeeper, but puts his head into the air and is very annoyed with himself. I'm not really sure what they could have done there, but it's a little bit of miscommunication. As we said earlier, Erith Town are not going to take this line down. And there it is, 2-1. Brentford B 2, Erith Town 1. Goals coming thick and fast in this game. 23 minutes gone, 3 goals. Brentford B maybe against the run of play there, but it has actually been quite an open game. Hockenhull, who scored the own goal, brings it forward. And break forward to Mogensen, who can he get inside ahead of McDonough? He probably can, but he's going to choose not to leave it for his goalkeeper Collier. Instead will clear it. Quick throw to number 8, who tries his luck to get past 2 of them and actually can't. Gets crowded out slightly. So throw by Mahal on this far side. Right in front of the paddock. The Braemar Road stand. Throws it long. Reed heads it. Doesn't head it out though. It's kept in play by the Trialist, then knocked into the air. Pressley challenges the centre-back McDonough. This will be the Trialist left-back with a throw. Very bunched up at the moment in that corner. Maybe a switch ball's on, and he thought about it then, but it's going to go back towards Hockenhull. Now Carre. Clipped long, and that's a good ball towards Joe Adams if he can control it. Instead, it's been cut out by Fairweather Oaks. And Stevens will be the one that gets the touch towards Arthur Reed, who may look for goal here. Reed shoots! Oh, it's just gone wide. As soon as that broke for Arthur Reed, you knew he was going to strike it. Very powerful shot on his left foot, but just couldn't control it in the end. Carre with a little high five, knows it was a great ball across from him towards Joe Adams. Didn't quite get there, but fair weather Oaks just played it into Stevens, and he was able to set it right up for Arthur Reed there to just whistle it past the right-hand post. Both teams are having chances, and both teams need to be clinical here. Brentford B leading 2-1. Just 25 minutes gone. Kane O'Connor with a strong header. Joe Adams, the number 8, plays it to Pressley. Joe Adams gets it back. He'll play it as if he's going to play it, then goes over the ball and will give it back towards Arthur Reed. Carre's there, he trusts him and plays it back to Joe Adams. It's 1-2 football, but it's cleared long by Mahal. Erith Town at the moment, just keeping very compact at the back. Won't let anything through them as Carre isn't under too much pressure. They're not really pressing too high. As it's played back to Hockenhull, and he's got all the time in the world. Now to Kane O'Connor. Long ball played forward towards Mogensen. He's not going to get there, but it's easily headed back to his goalkeeper by Nash. In fact, that's White, the centre-back. That's my fault. Nash is on the far side as the right back, and this is Collier with the ball. So far opted to go for the long ball every time. Probably going to do the same here. It's a long kick. Trialist left back gets up very well, and Mogensen probably won't keep this in. Nearly goes over the London Pride advertising halls there. So we're approaching half an hour. It's Brentford B 2, Erith Town 1. Two early goals for Brentford B, the Trialist and then Aaron Pressley, getting them into a 2-goal lead, and then Ben Hockenhull's own goal currently has us at just a 1-goal advantage for the Bees, as Adams tries to play it back, but it's not going to get there. This is Joe Bingham, does very well, he's got good close control, Joe Bingham, but can't play it out of the way from Stevens, and it's good interplay there from Carre and the Trialist number 8. Here comes number 8, racing forward now, he's got some space ahead of him, plays it towards Mogensen in that corner. He's going to be able to catch this, the Danish forward. He's going to play it back towards Carre, who could shoot this if he wants to. He's going to play it into the box. Good ball in. Oh, it's just missed at the end by Aaron Pressley. And again, another chance for the Bees. And they can't quite get it in where they need to. Very, very close with Pressley there. You get the chance, you get the feeling, I should say, that this game's going to have a lot of goals. And so far, we've got 3 inside the first half an hour. Lewis Collier here with the chance to clear it long. Every single time it's been popped up towards Power, who's the Erith captain. And so far he's had no luck against the likes of O'Connor and Hockenhull, and O'Connor the one again who plays it, but seems to have, maybe Power has had an effect there. He kind of got in the way and the referee's given a free kick. It's quite quickly, and there it is on the left hand side. Erith Town with the ball. Well, they're appealing that it's gone off, but they're going to give a corner here. It was Stedman Callender who'd gone down there, but he managed to keep the ball in, and it's actually cannoned off Finn Stevens for a corner. Well, a chance here for Erith Town to get back into the game. Just under half an hour played. It's Brentford B2, Erith Town 1. Dan Nash is going to whip this corner in. He's got so many options in the box. 2 at the far post. Power's on the goalkeeper. It's played in towards the middle, and Power goes for it. It's punched away by the goalkeeper. Shot in by Joe Bingham. And actually, it's just scuffed in the end on the edge of the box. Goalkeeper's got caught in the net. Referee checking there's nothing untoward going on. Brentford B will play it quickly as they can. It's Arthur Reed. Julien Carre. Ball over the top towards Stevens. It's very nice. That ball has been on all night long, and Stevens takes it into control very well. He's tripped. And the referee might have to hand out a yellow card here. He's going to keep his hands in his pockets. Or won't keep his hands in his pockets, I should say. He's not going to go for his cards, and in the end, Brentford wasted a free kick. But certainly a question there for the referee. He's going to have a talk to him. He is going to mention it in his ear. So far, an entertaining game as we say farewell to Griffin Park. It's the final night. Final game of competitive football here after 116 years. Some very famous results. And tonight, Brentford B will be hoping to seal it with a win. Goals so far from one of the trialists and Aaron Pressley have the B team in control. But Erith Town are in this. It's 2-1. Own goal from Ben Hockenhull as Mogensen plays it forward towards the trialist left back. It's cut inside towards Carre. And Carre may take it on here. He's going to clip it back towards Reed, but it was a little bit too fancy for him. This is Joe Adams. And now Pressley tries to take it on, but two of them get in each other's way. It will roll through to Collier. Neil McFarlane wants it to be a little less fancy from Julien Carre there. As Collier slips, but it's a lovely ball over to this left-hand side. Stevens does very well to watch that onto his right foot. Adams wanted to drive forward, but it's a good ball to Pressley. He takes it in his stride, and it's just clipped away from him. A better touch, and he was straight in there, but it's just run wild. Kane O'Connor demonstrating how it's done. What a touch from the centre-back. And Stevens plays it right across the pitch to the left-back, Trialist. Carre. Yeah, that was a bit wayward. And McFarlane wants a little bit more from Julien Carre, who's gone off the boil slightly in this last 5 minutes. As we are more than halfway through this half, and it's 2-1 to the Bees. Headed on by Fairweather Oats, and it's... Well, I thought it was touched by Callender, but it's been given as an Erith Town throw. Erith Town do take their time with their set pieces, very aware that this is a chance for them to get behind Brentford B. They're certainly playing the better football, but haven't been as clinical as they normally are, and it's only 2-1 here. It's going to be thrown in by Tolaluke Jonah, a new signing in the Erith Town this season. And it's a very long throw indeed towards Power, who goes over the top, and in fact Hockenhull has knocked it behind. And we'll have another corner for Erith Town. So, a lot of people on the goal line. Power is one of them, he's on the goalkeeper. Another two at the far post. Brentford look like they're marking zonally here as it's clipped in. Heads go up at the far post, and it's actually a really clever header by Mogensen, the forward defending. Gets a high five from his keeper. Erith Town are pressing to get back into this game. Dan Nash takes his time to get the ball over to the corner. He's got two hands in the air, so he signalled something. That, or he's thrilled to be the corner taker. I'm going to guess it's a symbol for something. Three players now at the far post. They're going to make runs in, and Kane O'Connor and Arthur Reed, the one shepherded them. The ball goes in into the middle of the box, and actually Kane O'Connor gets his head on it very nicely there with a boot in his face. And it's been cleared long, so they survive again. Throw by White, headed down by Mogensen, but clipped up into the air. Nodded away from Callender by Hockenhull. He's one half of a very tall defence tonight with Kane O'Connor and Ben Hockenhull. There's a lot of space on this left-hand side if they can find it. Joe Adams is aware of it, but it's been clipped long, and that's the ball they were after. Stevens up against Fairweather Oats. Stevens again gets to the ball first. He's been very good on this right back side. And that's a lovely ball from Joe Adams towards Aaron Pressley, who's going to get there first because he's very strong. Instead, well, the two coaches out here were convinced there was a free kick, and actually it is, yes, the referee has given it. Mr. Tors Brown has given the free kick, a push on Aaron Pressley. Presley's been first at every single ball so far that's come his way. He's got his name on the score sheet, he's having a good night. Scored twice in the quarter-final as well. He's been important in this competition. This is the London Senior Cup semi-final. Final night at Griffin Park. Oh, There's two contenders to take this. Reed with his left foot and whip it towards the goalkeeper, or a Trialist to whip it out swinging, and that's what it's going to be. It's long into the box, and Pressley actually gets his head there, but it's can't quite direct it towards goal, and it actually goes wide of the post in the end. Carre sets up for the goal kick as the referee comes over to explain a few decisions to the coaching staff. Carre with two arms in the air as well. It's definitely a symbol with this lot. It's Erith Town with the corner, the goal kick, sorry, and Joe Bingham goes up to challenge Kane O'Connor. Instead it's clipped forward. Stevens with the header again. And Carre actually does well to challenge White in the middle there. Stevens away again. Getting used to saying that phrase. Mahal now, it's just a long ball game, and here it comes forward for Calendar. He's clipped it behind him for, oh, it's just too much of a heavy touch by the number 8 there. And in the end, that could have been a great chance for Erith Town, but the goalkeeper grateful to get that in his gloves as we come forward with Brentford B. Carre clips it towards Stevens. Neat touch, now Joe Adams. He's spotted Stevens running, he'll get past fair with Oates. In fact, no, the defender does very well. He's been beaten a few times on that side, didn't want to make that included either. It's a long ball by Collier. Easy header for Hockenhull. Carre. Julien Carre actually goes down. It's a quick free kick by Arthur Reed. Joe Adams. He's got a lot of Brentford players forward here. Joe Adams. Stevens now on the right-hand side. Clips it back towards Adams, who plays a long ball towards our left-back. He's got support here, but he's going to cut it inside to the Trialist number 8, who cuts back and shoots. And it's a lovely goal into the top right-hand corner. Pick of the 3 goals for Brentford B so far, that, and it's his second of the night. Applause all around the stadium, that one. Fantastic finish from number 8. It was good football from Brentford B. Julien Carre went down, a quick free kick, and they worked it all the way across, and they've got that 2-goal cushion back. It's Brentford 3, Erith Town 1 in the semi-final of the London Senior Cup. Booming voice from Neil McFarlane there. He's not happy with 3. He wants more from his team. He's used to his team playing very well indeed. Prior to the quarter-final, which was a 2-2 draw, they did in fact beat a team 7-1 in this competition. In the same weekend that the women's team won 7-0 against Tower Hamlets, and the first team won 7-0 against Luton Town, so 21 goals in the space of a day wasn't too bad for the Brentford side earlier this year. You can see why Neil McFarlane is demanding more from his side, as Carre almost wins it back off the midfielder Joe Bingham. Led along by Collier. Hockenhull with another header away, and the referee's got his assistant referee's got his flag up there for offside. Further back for Hockenhull. There's the unfortunate title of scoring an own goal so far in this game. A little bit of confusion between him and the goalkeeper in the first half here, but Mogensen brings it forward and he's going to play it towards number 8. He's already on a hat-trick here. Pulls it back, may chip the goalkeeper. It's just too much on it. Just too much on it. But a very clever idea again, and once again that number 8. As trials go, this has been wonderful so far. Oh, he slips there, Ben White, but actually gets it away. He's going to be shut down by Mogensen there. I said Ben White, I meant Jack White. Left back on the ball now. This is Carre on the left-hand side. Carre plays it back to our Trialist left back, and this is Mogensen. Now Adams, got some space ahead of him. May look for goal here, but he's played in Pressley, who slots it across the face of goal. Is taking a deflection, and Collier watches that wide. But still gives up a corner. So final 5 minutes of the first half. We've played 40. Brentford B have a corner. They lead 3-1. In the final competitive game here at Griffin Park, there's absolute chaos in the box as the goalkeeper is surrounded. Julian Carre is sat on the edge of the box. It's gone to the far post, and Pressley will get a chance to take that down. He'll clip it over the top. No, he'll drill it low, and it's actually gone left of the left-hand post. It looked for a second there like he was going to clip it towards his teammates, but spotted an opportunity, and any striker worth his weight in gold is going to pop that in towards the box. So can't blame him for trying. It's 3-1. He goes very close again. But Erith are challenging, and they've had 3 very good chances go begging so far in this. If they're a bit more clinical, this could be drawn. Here goes long. Hockenhull, the man again with the header. Hockenhull and Bingham having a great battle in here. Power just overpowers Carre there in the middle. This is Reed. Checks back. He's got a lot of blue shirts around him. Hockenhull will play it in towards the number 8 Trialist. Already scored twice tonight, and his ball is slightly too far for Adams. But Pressley will try and clip that down, and he's going to get there, you know. Pressley clips it back towards Adams, and Adams will try to get into the box here. Adams has got 2 for company. Plays it across. Oh, it's cut up very nicely indeed, and Fairweather Oates will clear that long, but just shows you, don't give up on anything. Aaron Pressley wins the ball back, and here comes Finn Stevens now. He's had a very impressive night so far. Trialist left back towards Mogensen, and he'll get it back as well. Carre there for support, as is Mogensen. It's not quite whipped to the box. He's tracked by Dan Nash. Mogensen back to Julian Carre, and Carre will shoot this, you know. And Collier watches it into his gloves and parries it wide. Could have maybe caught that, but taking no chances, making sure that's not going in. You'd like to think on the form of tonight that if they keep this at 3-1 until half-time, they might come out and get an early goal in the second half. As it is, they don't want to concede a fourth. The fourth here, and you might consider the fact that this could be over. Which would be terrific for Brentford B, but here's the corner in swinging. It's actually come off Bingham and dropped in front of his own goalkeeper, but it's cleared long. No one could take advantage. And this is Gannon, who actually is fouled by Julian Carre, who didn't think that was the case, but Gannon gets up and he's ready to go. Gannon with one with the chance in the first half that, if it hadn't have skipped away from him, could have been 2-2. Fairweather Oates is once again clear on this left-hand side. If they play it quickly enough, they'll get past Finn Stevens, but they won't because the boy's quick. And this is Pressley. Nice and easy for Joe Adams here, but well defended there by Mahal. Very sharp, knew where that ball was going. It's been a good presence in that back 4. The number 5. Collier trying to organise his defence as Brentford B just maybe waste a little bit of time here. Arthur Reed is the one who plays it back to him, but it's back with Arthur Reed. Julian Carre towards the Trialist left back. This is Mogensen. And inside towards Pressley, and Pressley will play it back towards Gustav, and he cut inside 2 men there. Could have gone down for a penalty, but will play on. This is Arthur Reed, strikes it against the defence, and it's played away, and this is Power. Now Callender, bringing the ball forward, skips past Hockenhull, but does very well, the centre-back. So just get his feet right and make sure that was not going to escape him. As Brentford play it out quickly. Number 8 towards Pressley. Pressley out here towards Stevens. Sam Saunders wasn't too impressed with that pass, but Stevens has kept it in. This is O'Connor to Reed. They'll bounce it off each other, and O'Connor will drive into that space. Julian Carre wants it, and he'll get it between the 2 midfielders. Carre now with a wonderful ball towards Adams, whose first touch takes him towards the box. Fairweather Oates just gets the better of him though. We'll clear that for a Brentford B throw. 3-1, we're in the last minute of the first half. Brentford B lead. On the last night Griffin Park will see competitive football after 116-year history. In true style, Peter Gillam is here tonight on the announcements. Couldn't let him miss this one. I'm sure he'll be letting us know how much added time there is very shortly. This is the Trialist left back. Clipped in towards the box. Pressley's there. He's got his head on it. It's a good save by Collier in the end. And in fact, it's offside, but the goalkeeper wasn't to know that. It's a good save. But again, another example of some good football from Brentford B. Collier will get a chance to clear this. He might not have any added time at the end of this half, you know. Ball forward from Collier. Kane O'Connor jumps with Bingham and nod it out for a blue throw. The Dockers need to find a way back into this game. Going to be another long throw here from Jonah. So far we've seen him hit the penalty spot with these, and it's another very long throw indeed. Bingham up there. This might fall for White, but he's challenged by the number 8. And here we go. Counter-attack, 5-on-4. Brought forward by Mogensen, and he's chosen the completely wrong pass, but somehow it's come off. This is Joe Adams. Going to shoot this with his left foot. Adams just won't find the top left-hand corner. And that'll be the last action of the first half. So, 45 minutes into the final game at Griffin Park. It's, as Peter Gillam says, Brentford B 3, Erith Town 1. Brentford B with 1 foot in the final. We'll be back in the second half. So here we go. Second half underway. 2 changes for Erith Town as we get the last 45 minutes of competitive football underway at Griffin Park. And there are no changes for Brentford B at half-time, who lead Erith Town 3-1. 2 goals from the number 8 trialist and Aaron Pressley before the half-time break, with Ben Hockenhull own goal giving Erith their goal again. And Erith have made 2 changes at half-time. Jake Lovell and Alfie Eldridge are on the field. Sam Fairweather Oates came off, as well as captain Michael Power. It means that Jack White has now taken the captain's armband in the back 4, as Hockenhull drives forward here against the substitute Lovell. Actually gives away a foul. Carre's the one lining it up. Well, there'll be a change here for Brentford B as Pressley comes off. Looks like he's got a muscle problem. Raynell Hercules will make the change when he's ready. But the referee will play on, and Brentford are now down to 10 men temporarily. This is Stevens. Now Adams. Carre clips it out, but actually took a deflection. So Hercules is on, and that's a strong challenge there. Not worthy of a yellow card, but certainly a strong one from Jack White. It's actually McDonough who's taken the captain's armband, and I think they've switched to maybe 3 at the back, but we'll see. They certainly need to get a goal in this second half, and they're not going to do it this way. We're in their own half. Brentford B free kick. The trialist number 8, who scored twice already tonight, going to maybe swing it in. He's got Arthur Reed beside him, who could offer a different angle there. Oh, White's going to get a warning from the referee, Mr. Tors Brown, and it's swung in by the trialist. It's actually going to go too high. Ends up in Ealing Road, still adorned with hundreds of pictures of fans. And Collier gets the chance to take a goal kick here. Made some good saves in the first half, Collier. He's probably going to need to make a few more if Erith are going to get back into this game. Kane O'Connor challenging Joe Bingham for the ball. Headed forward by White, and in the end, Carre, who claims he was fouled, actually did the fouling. Once again making use of their set pieces. Dan Nash, the one who's going to go across and take this. Every time they get a set piece, Erith, they take their time. They know it's a good chance to get behind that Brentford back line. It's taken short to Bingham. It's not really worked them into much more position, but here's Nash, and it's gone forward from Hull here, who's taken it well. It's going to run for Callender. And he'll try and take on the left back, but it's drilled in, and actually the goalkeeper's done well there. Loud call. And he'll get away with the ball. Joe Adams wanted it. It's going to be land on Bingham's head. And then Hockenhull's the one who clears it, but it's only as far as Kane O'Connor that ball through. And here's Stevens. And he only clears it as far as Joe Bingham. So Erith on the front foot in the first part of this second half. As Hockenhull slips, but it's only going to run through to the left back. And Stevens plays it back to the goalkeeper. Plays it calmly to Reed and back out to Stevens. And actually the Erith Town player who went sliding in there, the substitute Alfie Eldridge, might be in trouble. He's limping and has actually gone back down. That run towards the goalkeeper has caused him a lot of issues, and he's still down on this right-hand side as they play on. But the referee has now called it for a foul, and we'll go and check on Eldridge, who has only been in the game for 5 minutes and may well have done something that ends his night. So it's London Senior Cup semi-final. Griffin Park, the host. 40 minutes of competitive football plus added time to go. As we say farewell Griffin Park for one final time. Obviously first in the Sky Bet Championship against Barnsley, then the playoffs against Swansea, and now Brentford B get their chance in the semi-final of the Cup, in which they lead 3-1 so far after 50 minutes. We've had 2 goals from the Trialist. We've had Aaron Pressley, who's now come off through injury, but he's made his mark on this competition. And Ben Hockenhull's own goal has Erith Town's won tonight. And at the moment, Alfie Eldridge looks like he's going to have to come off it. They've already made 2 changes, Erith. Jake Lovell and, of course, Eldridge did come on for Power and Fairweather Oates. But they may have to use their final change of the night with a long time to go. Run through the teams again so far. So Brentford being represented by 3 different trialists in their starting 11. Arthur Reed, Kane O'Connor, the captain tonight. Ben Hockenhull, Joe Adams, Julian Carre, Gustav Mogensen, and Finn Stevens. And now Raynal Hercules has come on as well, the forward signed from Barnet in the last few months. He's getting his first competitive action for the Bees. And Erith are represented by Collier, Nash, Jonah, White, Mahal, McDonough. Now the captain after Power left the field. Gannon, Callender, Bingham, Lovell and Eldridge, who has just come off. Long ball forward. McDonough the one who's there with Hockenhull to head it. Bingham tries to head it back. And actually there'll be a foul there, and this could be the first card of the evening. I think the referee is actually, yep, he's going to reach for his pocket. And it'll be Julian Carre that goes into the book. And he's going to get a talking to for that challenge down on the right hand side. So currently with 10 men on the field. But here comes that change. And Harry Gamble comes onto the field. Really unlucky on Eldridge, tried to go for the ball, maybe overstretched on that far side, and was just involved in 5 minutes at this semi-final tonight at Griffin Park. So, Erith Town with another set piece from this right-hand side. Big chance for them. If they score here, they open the game back up. It's 3-1 to Brentford B. A goal would give the Blues a real chance here. So far, O'Connor and his partner Hockenhull have been good, and it's cleared away at the front post by Stevens, who's been excellent as well. Carre nods it clear. It's only going to come to White, who nods it back across. Mahal flicks it on, and actually it's taken out of the air and then flicked back by Hockenhull. And then the substitute Gamble gets it, but he's only able to clear it as far as Reed. And now Reed and Carre make a quick interchange of play, and Reed is brought down. And that may well be a booking for Bingham as well. One of the easiest decisions Mr. Tors Brown is going to make tonight. Bingham knows he had to do it. And actually quite a clever foul from him. As Reed broke forward, he had 3 players either side of him and only 2 defenders back. So this time Brentford have a chance to hit a set piece. They're going to play short as per usual. This is Reid to the Trialist left back to Reid with a bit more space now. Across to Kane O'Connor, tonight's captain. And he drives forward and plays a slick ball towards Hercules, who wouldn't get there. It's Carre now. And Mogensen who flicks it. It was a clever idea. Could have reached the number 8, but instead it was Collier who did the ball. And Collier will go long. Headed clear by the left back. Tried to be brought down there by Lovell, but it's been clipped to wide. And instead Bingham clears things up. Back to the captain, McDonough. And Collier goes long again, but it's slightly scuffed. Gamble will rescue it, but only as far as Adams. The two number 7s up against each other now. Carre to the Trialist, to Reid. O'Connor through the middle to the number 8. Great ball through to Hercules, and Hercules is in the box. And there's Mogensen, and there's the goal. It's 4-1 Brentford B. Wonderful football from the Bees. Cutting through the defence. And in the end, that could be the goal that makes the difference. In the London Senior Cup semi-final, Brentford B lead Erith Town by 4-1. And Gustav Mogensen, who scored the goal in the final of the Middlesex FA Cup last season, may well have just put the finishing touches on this one that gets them to the London Senior Cup final this year. Well, very clever from Hercules as well after that, because he had every right to shoot himself. Did the unselfish thing, squared it for his strike partner, and that's the difference here tonight. They've been very clinical, Brentford B. Adams have the floodgates open. Here comes Carre. Plays it wide to Hercules. Inside, back 1-2. It's the same routine, but Mahar will clear that this time. Finn Stevens right up against him on his touch there. Fantastic work by the right back. He's been superb tonight. A great debut at Griffin Park for him. So Erith Town making their way down the left-hand side of the pitch, ever so slowly but surely. Brentford B's back four has been fairly solid so far. Stevens, O'Connor, Hockenhull and a Trialist. Fitting that there's an O'Connor on the field in the final game at Griffin Park. It's a long throw by Jonah. Nodded down this time off the back of O'Connor, and there's Callender with the ball on the edge of the box. He's not got much time. He's very, very covered by the defenders. In the end, that's just shepherded out by Hercules. But again, gives Erith Town the chance for a set piece. They need something quickly if they're going to get back into this game. It's 4-1, just under an hour played. And this will be a long throw from Jonah. Just in front of the Braemar Road stand. Launched into the box. It's gone up and O'Connor's there, but it's dropped and there's chaos in the box at the moment. They're trying to get it clear. It's whacked away in the end by O'Connor. Much to his relief, there's a few people in there. Gamble was one of them. Any swing of the foot in there from a blue shirt, and that might have been a chance, but they'll try and throw it in now again, but from the right-hand side. It's going to be a similar routine. O'Connor and Hockenhull the ones who are guarding the near post. There's three at the back, though. Stevens making sure that Mogensen knows. Long throw. The heads go up. It's dropped nicely, and actually Joe Adams will take care of that and clear it wide. And Julian Carre does well to shut down the time for Nash. The goalkeeper comes out, and it's actually not got there, and it's dipped in and over the line. And Erith Town have a lifeline here. Well, the goalkeeper came for it, but didn't quite get his gloves on it. And it's always bound to happen if you don't come out with enough authority. And it's bounced off the captain, McDonough, and found the net, so it's 4-2. And Erith Town will find some energy from that. 6 goals in 60 minutes so far. And right now we're going to see some changes. So, Hockenhull coming off. And we're also going to see a goalkeeper here, as the last action for the Trialist is to concede that second goal. And Simon Andersson, Swedish youth international, comes into the sticks. And will be the last goalkeeper to grace the Griffin Park turf in Brentford colours. We've also seen Koutsimouka come on as well. Who is now on this left-hand side. Stevens and White go into a challenge very bravely and very cleanly in the end. Hercules back to O'Connor. Finds Adams, who's under pressure and does very well to avoid Gamble there and flick back to him. And this is good football. And Adams finds Mogensen, and the burners are on, and he's up against Collier, the goalkeeper, who will get there first and clear it into Rose Ed. Here on New Road. Adams. Now O'Connor. Clipped over the top towards Hercules. Inside, number 8 tries a 1-2, but he's taken away by Bingham. This is Callender, but he's lost the ball, and in the end the referee gives a foul. So 62 minutes played here at Griffin Park. The final half an hour of football. This 116-year-old stadium underway. And Brentford B lead Erith Town 4 goals to 2. Goal every 10 minutes has been quite entertaining here tonight. And we could be in for more here as Erith get another set piece, and they'll play it just inside the Brentford half here. Simon Andersson, newly in goal, just brought on for the Trialist goalkeeper of the first half. Can he organise things very quickly? Well, we're going to get a chance to see here, as Dan Nash, who's been the set-piece taker all night, will whip this into the middle. There's a lot of big men in there for Erith, and it's gone over the top. And Andersson is the one who comes and this time claims it. Very sure from the very tall Swedish goalkeeper there. Rolls it out towards Stevens, and Stevens didn't really want that in the air, but he's taken it well. There's Hercules over towards Adams, takes it on his chest. Hercules races past him, and that's actually created a lot of space. Adams out to the Trialist number 8. He's got Koutsimouka with him, and this is Koutsimouka. Played wide, and this is the Trialist left back to hold on to it. And Orbrell gets it back, and now Joe Adams, and it's going to roll here for a Trialist. Koutsimouka, good ball to the left-hand side. It's drilled across, and this is the number 8 on a hat-trick. Turns inside his man. Can he lay it across? He does, all the way across the face of goal. But Hercules wasn't there ahead of his defender. And Erith Town have just over 27 minutes to get something in this game. They're 4-2 down. And Dan Nash will head that out for a corner. Mogensen is the one who lets it go, and they'll try again. So, corner kick. This left-hand side, just in front of Ealing Road. Ball whipped in to the far post where Koutsimouka's waking. He heads it. Oh, it's just clipped over the crossbar nearly. Oh, it's headed away. That was close. And Joe Adams, holding his head, knows it. Whipped straight across in front of him. He tried to clip it. Just went north of the crossbar, but it dropped in time. In the end, I think it's McDonough that heads it away, and it's another corner kick on this right-hand side. Whipped in again. Oh, and Mogensen tried to maybe back heel that, and Koutsimouka is having a go at him there. I think he wanted a bit more of a finish from that. The Erith Town manager just screams at his goalkeeper. I think he wanted him to control that 6-yard box a bit better. As Collier takes his time over this goal kick. Long ball forward. O'Connor's dealt with this so far, and he hasn't met that one though, and it's we get a second chance and does very well in the end, Kane O'Connor. And here comes Hercules, a bit of pace on him now. Forward to Mogensen, who's going to burst past McDonough if he can, and the goalkeeper and defender collide. And in the end, it's not going to come to anything, but a good chance there. Mogensen forced a lot of chaos in that box. Mogensen short throw to Adams. Or Koutsimouka, I should say, not Mogensen. This is Adams. O'Connor. Straight through the middle to Mogensen, who plays the ball behind Adams, but he does well. There's Hercules, a little clip towards Finn Stevens. Adams. A neat little pass back to Kane O'Connor. He's got options. The left back comes close, and now the Trialist centre back is there as well. This is Koutsimouka. And Erith get it back with Bingham. Trialist gets it back to Andersson. Andersson plays it first time. And there's O'Connor. Pleases Saunders and McFarlane on this touchline. Adams, ball over the top. Can the left back get after it? He's up against Collier. Collier came, but will have to do well here. And actually does very well to shepherd it out. Long ball towards probably Joe Bingham. In fact, it is to Joe Bingham, straight on his head, and Koutsimouka does well. Brave there from Walbrow. They aim at Bingham a lot. He's on a yellow card so far this game. This is Brentford's Julian Carre. And now Brentford press, and it's Adams and Mogensen up against Mahal. New signing here at Erith Town. It's only going to go as far as Stevens, who's had a very solid debut at right back. Nodded down by Jonah, but will come as far as number 8. And there's Mogensen, 1-on-1 against the defender now. Gets inside the box, Mogensen, and shoots over the goalkeeper, and it's a great goal from Mogensen, who clips it over the goalkeeper in style. It's his second of the night. It's Brentford's 5th. And you'd like to think that a place in the London Senior Cup final has been secured with that goal. Collier given absolutely no chance. He had so much to do there, Mogensen. He really did, but it's a great finish in off the far post. And that'll seal it. That will seal it for Brentford B. Ball over the top from Erith, straight from the centre, isn't amazing, but it'll put them further up the pitch. So, 2 players for Brentford B now on a hat-trick, the number 8 Trialist and Gustav Mogensen, who chases down Mahal now, and it's going to go all the way back to Collier, who takes a little bit of time, and under pressure now from Mogensen. And here comes the Trialist left back on Mahal, and he's won it back now, and it's actually a Brentford throw, and it's good pressure. And that's exactly the way the Bees play. Some superb pressure tonight. And here comes the left back now. Can he whip it into the box? He's up against Dan Nash. Plays it back towards Reed, who's cut away by Gamble. And Harry Gamble, who's only recently come onto the field, full of energy. Joe Adams, who's been a star of midfield tonight for Brentford B. Literally from end to end of the pitch. Hercules, Adams. And Adams now cuts inside, gets away from his defenders, is brought down, and actually it'll be a free kick as the ball just trickles wide of the post. Lawrence Torsbrown, the referee, spotted that. And I imagine now with the score at 5-2, this is going to be a question of who hits this at goal. Mogensen on a hat-trick, number 8 on a hat-trick. Hercules is going to leave it. It might favour Arthur Reed's left foot. You can guarantee number 8 is going to want to hit this. Scoring a hat-trick as a trialist, never a bad way to do things. But he's walked away. Arthur Reed's pulled rank. Joe Adams having a word. And this is Arthur Reed. Plays it short and actually then takes one in the face and has gone down. It was a wasted free kick from Arthur Reed. And onto the field comes physio Liam Horgan to see if he's okay. Took a real whack to the face there. I think Sam Saunders is over here implying that if he'd have got the free kick slightly better, he might not have been in that situation, which is of course accurate. Gives Brentford B a chance to get some air here. It's been a good performance with the Beast tonight. 5-2, 20 minutes to go. The aim was to sign off Griffin Park with a win, and so far they are in the driving seat. Doc's just checking over Arthur Reed on the far side. Took a real whack in the face from close range. And Joe Adams is going to check on his teammate as well. But Erith Town have had their chances. Brentford B have just been more clinical. Mogensen, the most recent scorer, with 2. He'll want to get a third. He's 20 minutes to do so. Simon Andersson as well, currently clinging onto a clean sheet that he's had for a few minutes since coming on. To complete a shutout on your last game at Griffin Park would be a great way to go out. And Arthur Reed is up and receives a small round of applause as he shakes it off a bit. Seems like he's okay to continue. Doesn't seem too groggy. Maybe slightly more embarrassed about that free kick than anything else, but he's been well in midfield today, been playing very well indeed. Almost scored with a shot in the first half that whistled past that post. And Joe Adams will play it back towards his own captain, Kane O'Connor, as Arthur Reed retakes the field. The left back takes it down, up against Dan Nash. Nash shepherd's in well, but he's got past him here, and it's played back in towards Mogensen, and then maybe flick through, and there's a lot of chaos in the box yet again, but it's cleared by Mahal. And O'Connor actually fouls the forward, Gannon. And then McFarlane didn't fancy that. Definitely didn't agree with that decision from Mr. Torsbrown. Simon Andersson organising things from the back. It's going to come forward from Collier now. Maybe a bit too far behind the field for Nash to take, but it's a long ball forward. A lot of players in there. Bingham the one who tries to head it. It's going to go all the way through to Lovell, and it's all the back post and just put wide by Callender. Brentford's back four seemed to shut down slightly then. It was played right across them, and then suddenly they found a man at the far post, and if Callender was able to keep that down, it would have been a better chance. It's played forward, but not through the gap. Nodded on by the trialist. Trialist number 8 takes it on his stride and backheels it very cleverly to Joe Adams. Joe Adams on the left-hand side. Gustav Mogensen is there, and he'll take it into the box. Up against Mahal. He's got Hercules in there. Hercules just can't get ahead of his man, though. And here's Lovell. Knocks it up into the air. Gannon takes it down. Does very well to get beyond his defender, but it's taken back off him. Cleverly by number 12. Mogensen flicks it onto Adams, who's maybe trying to get in on goal here. He'll try it onto his right foot. Now to his left foot. Adams shoots. It's a good save by Collier. Mogensen is there and completes his hat-trick. And Brentford B have scored 6 here tonight at Griffin Park. A fantastic way to sign off the old stadium. And Gustav Mogensen has 3 of them. Joe Adams disappointed to see his left-footed shot saved by Collier, but it just fell nicely for the Danish forward. And Mogensen slots it into the bottom left corner. And that'll be Joe Adams' last contribution to the night, as Brentford B use their 5th and final sub. As another trialist comes onto the field. But Joe Adams had a top night here. An 8 or 9 out of 10, absolutely definitely. And gets a lot of praise from his head coach and assistant head coach on the sidelines. Stevens nodded away. He's been solid at right back as well. Bingham. Back to Mahal. And McDonough at the back of his back four. We'll find Nash. Brentford B still providing a lot of pressure here for their opponents, and it's actually going to go back all the way to Andersson now. He chooses to go long rather than play it out from the back, and that's White towards Lovell, but it's cleared into the stands. Well, with 13 minutes to go, I think it's safe to say that Brentford B will meet Hendon in the London Senior Cup final, barring an absolute miracle from Erith Town. But they do have a set piece, and if they can get a third, I don't know how much spirit they'll take from it, but they'll certainly enjoy it. It's a long throw from Jonah again. It's dropped in the box, cleared long. It's Nash, the one that races back and finds his goalkeeper Collier. Well, the lino has given it onside, but it's a heavy touch, and Simon Andersson grateful to catch that in his gloves. A lovely throw out to Hercules now, and Brentford straight on the counter-attack from the goalkeeper's throw. This is Hercules. Little ball to the number 8. Can Hercules get it back? It's not enough, and Mahal cuts it out. It's not the greatest. Maybe a lazy touch there at the end. Kane O'Connor watches that onto his foot. He's got Arthur Reed there for support. And Arthur Reed is going to be caught by Gannon, but he's got the ball away quickly. Here comes the trialist number 12. Ball through towards the left back, who's taken contact but done very well and found the number 8 here. And it's a good save by Collier. He's done well to keep his side in this tonight. But 6-2 maybe beyond them now. And they'll clear it long. Koutsimouka is there to clear it long. McDonough heads it right over the top, and it's actually found Callender here, who's in on goal, and he's chipped it over Andersson, and that'll be a third. Erith Town find their third goal, and they've got just over 12 minutes here to maybe find 3 more. It's a task, but they've put it in their own hands now. And Andersson just can't cling onto that clean sheet. It was a tight one, but the linesman didn't raise his flag. And it's a tidy finish by Callender just over the goalkeeper. And at that stage, on that part of the field, Andersson is in no man's land. And here he is again. Plays it short to the trialist number 12, who's run out of options there and actually done very well to find Mogensen, who just can't get his touch right. And there's White, now Bingham. It's 6-3 here at Griffin Park to Brentford B. There's been so many goals. An entertaining night on the final farewell to Griffin Park. It's a long ball forward by Collier. And it's Bingham again in the air, and he's flicked it on towards Gamble. But it's cut up by the number 12 again. And here comes our trialist number 8. He's got Hercules to his right. He's got Mogensen through the middle. He chooses Hercules, who may get in here. He's played it across, but this time Mahal is there. Brentford B have a corner. Right in front of Ealing Road. Right in front of that famous scoreboard with 10 minutes left at Griffin Park. Reed's going to whip it in. It's going to come to Koutsimouka, but it's cleared by Bingham. Aerial masterclass from him tonight. Pass by the left back to Reed. He's going to cut back on his left foot. Reed on the edge of the box here. Plays it in towards Hercules. Hercules can clip it over the top. Mogensen's at the far post, but the ball was just slightly further back than they'd have liked it to be. And Brentford B can continue with the ball. As Kane O'Connor plays it to 20, our trialist again. Hercules takes that well on his knee. Forward to number 8, the trialist, who's also won a hat-trick tonight, and he plays it into Mogensen, who's got one already. Mogensen hit the box, he'll shoot low, but it's blocked again by Mahal. On the far side there, Hercules tangled with his opponent, White. Actually, White's come off slightly worse there, and we're going to have a final change for Erith as well. It's going to be Mahmoud Juma who's going to come on. And he will replace Jack White. It's a round of applause from the directors in the box. And Juma will come on to try and change things here. Corner for Brentford B with 8 minutes to go. Whipped in. There's a lot of names in the box, and it's actually been a foul in there. Hard to tell with so many bodies in there. Collier will clear it long. 9 goals here today. We're in the final 8 minutes of time. Headed long. Another set piece for Erith Town. Very keen to play that ball forward apparently, Erith Town. It's a long ball by Nash. Bingham's in there. It's actually been met by him, and Andersson will hang on to it though. Play it long, and now Brentford B have a chance here. They've got 5 players against 2, racing forward. Fair play to Callender, who's got back there, and it's played out to the number 8. The linesman's kept his flag down. It's all the way across to Mogensen. It's going to be too far for him. Arthur Reed just couldn't take it into his stride, but he's done very well to try and get the ball back on the edge of the box. Gannon takes it in his stride and is eventually fouled. And Erith will have another chance to try and play the ball forward. And Collier will place the ball and try to play this long as well. So far Erith have had most of their joy on set pieces. And they're going to try again here. Long ball play forward. Joe Bingham's going to try and challenge this. It's played away by Trialist number 20. It's actually done well there, Nash, but 20 has got forward and up against Lovell. And there's pressure from Arthur Reed, who maybe made a block tackle, but it wasn't good enough. Actually, he's done really well there, Lovell, but Koutsimouka has done incredibly well to survive that block challenge and get away with the ball. Hercules to Stevens, back to Kane O'Connor. Well, maybe a slightly late challenge by the trialist number 20. He may see himself going to the book here. He will do. Joe Bingham involved again. He's been the key player for Erith all night. Winning headers in the air. Definitely doing his best in midfield as well. Dan Nash will take this. Chance for Nash to play along. Erith Town, if they get a fourth goal, they could be on for a comeback. It's a good ball into the box. Simon Andersson comes, gets taken out in mid-air, and actually may have hurt himself here. That was a rough challenge from the player Mahal. Seems to be okay. He's on his knees and now he's on his feet. Brave from Andersson. The life of a goalkeeper there, coming out for a challenge. We've seen Nathan Shepherd injured in a similar challenge this season. He suffered a lacerated spleen in that challenge, which was actually put him out for a long time. Coincided with lockdown, so he hasn't missed too much football, but was obviously disappointed to be out of action for a while. And Andersson has done brilliantly to just survive that and come back. And despite the physios racing onto the field, he looks like he's going to be okay. Just took a bit of a shock there. And Brentford B continue with a fantastic ball from Simon Andersson. And it's not really reciprocated on the far side. Kane O'Connor going to be in a chase here with his man, who's actually won it back there. And we're inside the final 5 minutes at Griffin Park, which gives us a chance to say hi to Lisa Skelhorn and all the staff who are watching tonight. We do know everyone watching. We even know that Lars Friis is watching in Denmark. We do thank you for tuning into Brentford B all season long. We do try our best to bring you these live streams as often as we can. And of course it is a privilege for us to bring you this last game from Griffin Park, in which Brentford B are winning by 6-3. It's been an entertaining one here tonight. Going to go down as a classic. We've had a hat-trick from Gustav Mogensen as well. And he's still on the pitch looking for a fourth, so it could be a record-breaking night for him. Ball swung in by Nash, and it's a good ball as well. And Callender tries to get his head on it, but Andersson will be there and plays it out towards Hercules. Kane O'Connor finds his centre-back partner, number 12, our trialist. There's a few of them on the field at the moment. Mogensen towards another trialist, number 20. And O'Connor will let that bounce and actually gave Gannon a chance to close down his man, but very good from the number 12. 2 minutes to go. Brentford B have reached the, well, when the full-time whistle goes, they'll have reached the London Senior Cup final for the second year in a row. But it could be worse for Erith, as here comes Koutsimouka on the left-hand side. Whips the ball across the face of goal, and actually Hercules isn't there on time, but it's going to fall for Stevens on the right-hand side. The right-back does very well to keep that in play, and here's Reed. Hercules tries to flick past his man. It doesn't really come off, but it's forward, and at the moment they're not really playing with much energy, Erith Town, and they've only got one man forward, so it's going to be difficult for them to try and get back into this game. Obviously at this point this is a bit trivial for them as they trail 6-3. Obviously time to thank those who've been involved in the production as well this season. Billy Reeves, who stood in for commentary this year, and obviously the guys who keep you updated on the B team every single day, Ben Strange and Jim Buchanan, who's here filming tonight. And I'm sure we'll continue to bring them news of next season, and of course the final of this competition, the London Senior Cup, where Brentford B are winning the semi-final 6-3. Here comes a trialist left back now, cutting inside. He's found Mogensen, and he's got the ball back, but it's cleared by Mahal. Kane O'Connor with the header to Arthur Reed. The two of them have been very solid tonight. Brentford B have conceded 3 goals, but they've been good goals from Erith. Well, we started the first half with a goal from our trialist, number 8. He scored a second one as well. Aaron Pressley added to that. And then Gustav Mogensen's 3 goals have made it 6 for Brentford B. Ben Hockenhull's own goal in the first half was Erith first, followed by McDonough's header. And then Callender, the one who has given them a 3rd as well. So it's been an entertaining final night at Griffin Park. The final night under the lights. Been some famous ones down the years, and we've signed off with 9 goals, which is not too bad at all. Here's Mogensen, stepping away from his man. Maybe got clipped there. And Erith are going to make one final change here. As Tom Ash will come on for Taylor McDonough. It's the 2nd change of the captaincy tonight for them. Ends his night with a goal at Griffin Park. And Tom Ash will get just a few minutes of added time to make an impact here. But Brentford B are through. They will win this game. 6-3 current score. And they go through to face Hendon in the final. At a date to be confirmed. And at a venue to be confirmed as well. Here's Mogensen. And Kane O'Connor. Gets it back from Arthur Reed rather firmly. Here's the Trialist number 12. Over to the Trialist 3 and Trialist 20. Quite a Trialist side of the pitch so far this half. There's Arthur Reed. And now Kane O'Connor. Back to Reed. And back to O'Connor. Keeping possession very nicely here, Brentford B. I see it as they see out the last final minutes. Mogensen towards Stevens. He's had a great night at right back. This is Reed. Now O'Connor, demonstrating some real prowess at keeping the ball at the moment. Reed hold on to it. And now plays it to Mogensen. Back to Reed. Ball out to this left-hand side. He's got Koutsimouka for support, and he'll get the ball. This is number 3. Turns inside. Juma for company, and Juma makes a good go of it. Number 8 clips it wide to Hercules, and he's onside. The linesman's flag is down. He's going to keep the ball here with Stevens and then eventually go back to Arthur Reed. Long spell of possession here for the Bees. And they will try and see this out. Maybe try and get a 7th. That would really put a icing on the cake tonight. Brackets at the ready. O'Connor keeps hold of possession. Number 8 towards Stevens. Hercules. Now Arthur Reed. I think the energy has just gone from this game now. There's no reason for Erith Town to push too far forward, but Brentford are happy keeping the ball as well. As Mr. Tors Brown keeps us going. Koutsimouka now. Kane O'Connor does well to not let that slip past him because Gannon was in otherwise. Played all the way back towards Arthur Reed. It's a heavy ball, but he'll keep it under control. Finds O'Connor. Ball forward which Lovell cuts out, but and he goes as far as Bingham. There's Nash. He's played a huge role in this game tonight. Lovell. It's a good ball forward, but it's just too far for his number 8. And that will run through for a goal kick for Simon Andersson. As the referee checks his watch, we're nearing the end now. Could well be one of the final kicks at Griffin Park. Arthur Reed. Kane O'Connor. This is Hercules. Can they make it 7? They've played it forward. It's going to be cut out, but it'll only be cut out as far as Stevens. And Hercules is in here if he can get round the corner. They're not going to force this. They have no reason to. Stevens lobs it over the top. The number 8 is there, by the way. Oh, it's going to Collier saves it. And it's actually offside. And in the end, that is it. The final ever game at Griffin Park is over. Brentford B win their London Senior Cup semi-final by 6 goals to 3. Peter Gillam's voice rings out on the PA system for one last time. And we end the night, as Peter says, with a hat-trick from Mogensen, 2 goals for a trialist, and Aaron Pressley sees it off as well. And one final thank you to Griffin Park from Peter Gillam. Great game today. Brentford be through to the London Senior Cup final. Date and venue to be confirmed. Thank you for joining us all season long. We'll see you in the final.